Hello, in the video. Today we're going to take a look at a no-XL team for the Ultra League. Ultra League is currently most likely the best league to play as a non-XL player here, so we're going to take a look at a team that's pretty similar to something that I showcased prior already. You might already seen the team that I already showcased at least 20 times on this channel, with the Dragon Knight in the lead, the Scissor as a safe swap, and also the Escavalier in the back. So basically we have the same core of Escav plus the Dragon Knight, but this time around it's a little bit flipped. I have seen a ton of leads where Escav is very good against. A lot of people don't really build the teams around Escav, so this Pokemon has a lot of potential here and was a lot of fun to play with as well. We having here the Caesar of the Giratina here, which is going to be also an interesting one. Giratina is also a dragon type, of course, but also it is kind of neutral against a lot of charm users. If you didn't know, the matchup between Giratina now, since the ancient power boost basically, and also with the Shadow Claw here in general, and also the Alone Ninetales is actually pretty decent. Like, you will be able to get a shield advantage against it. So we will see here as well the opponent coming in with their Drapion, going for one crunch. Will not be the best one, but I think I'm going to be able to outspeed him later on anyway with my Pokemon that I have in the back, which is going to be the Escav, of course. They have to throw here still, and they are already in range for the draw run here, so we should be pretty fine. The crunch coming through it will knock me out, and I will be able to get to the draw run in time. I would have been able to win CMP anyway, but this makes it of course a little bit easier as we see the Tentacruel still coming in, and we will be able to farm them all the way down. Good game, first game. Next opponent, Trevenant. Trevenant is a horrible lead. We're going to go straight into our Giratina, where they're going to go into their Walrein. We want to get out of this Walrein. We will be able to go for one rock type move here against them, and also against the Walrein, especially if you would boost here, which I haven't had yet, I think. But if you would boost there, it would be a very good matchup for you. But like this, you're still going to be able to take this move, and I think you would be able to still go for another ancient power here. If you actually went for it immediately, oops. But we will be able to now farm them all the way down with our Escav. We're going to let this move go through. They're going to go for an Earthquake, and I can go straight for the Mega Horn against the incoming Trevenant, which will shield this move up. I can go into my Dragon Knight, and we see a Toxic Rock coming in. This is not the best answer for our Dragon Knight, so this should be a matchup that we might be able to actually kind of win and also get some energy out of it. We're going to shield up here. One Sludge Bomb will basically knock me out. They're going to go for the bait, which doesn't matter because they're going to get knocked out before they can get to the next move anyway. And now we only have the Trevenant left, which definitely doesn't want to get hit by one Dragon Claw here, but definitely gonna get hit by one Dragon Claw here, as they kind of have to go now for one Shadow Ball to knock me out. I'm going to shield this move up, and they're gonna go for the Shadow Ball straight away, which allows me to basically try to farm them down, and I make a weird play here of swapping out into my Escav. But this still allows me to go for another charge move, which knocks them out, and we will be able to win the game. Just barely there. Next opponent, I mean, we got kind of hardware there in the entire game, which is crazy. We see Umbreon in the lead. This is a very decent lead, but I misplay this here. I should go straight for the Mega Horn. I didn't really miscount it, but I had some lag in the second turn here. I don't know if it's visible. It was like a little bit of a clunkier movement there, at least from the Escav, which didn't allow me to hit my charge move. Now they can swap out, and they're going to have a very decent Pokemon against me in the back, which is going to be the Sylveon, where I don't really have anything to do against, and I expect them to have a double charm team. So I'm kind of screwed. This team in general, most likely going to lose against Double Charm. There's not a lot that you can do about it. If you see a lot of Double Charm in your meta Elo range, like, then you shouldn't really play this team. And otherwise, this should be kind of fun, as we will be able to still going to farm them all the way down. Let's see what's coming in. It comes in the Walrein, actually. This would be actually something that I can also hardware with my Escav. If I just played my Escavalier better, I would have been most likely able to win this game still, but like this, there's not a lot that we can do here. Maybe if you face a lot of charm users, you can just flip it around the lead and the Dragon Knight, and just going to go for another shield type in the back, like the Cobalion or the Scissor as a safe swap, and then you would be able to also have a team that beats Double Charm. Here we see the Umbreon coming in. We will be able to go for one Dragon Claw. Can we still actually win this game? It's going to be a rough one. We will be able to go ahead and go for the charge move here. We're still going to be able to knock them out, I thought, but we were going to go down there. We needed to get to 2 moves anyway, so there was not a lot that we can do there. And we will see the Deoxys coming in there. Deoxys will be an interesting one, as we see the swap directly into the Giratinas, we can catch the next charge move there. Of course, Deoxys will have a neutral fast move against me in the lead and also hits me pretty hard with Rock Slide, but I have Mega Horn, which basically nearly one-shots them. Well, it's fine here. We will see a Scrafty coming in, which is also okay, as Scrafty will not have the best time against Giratina either. We can go for some Dragon Claws and we're gonna get them low, which is the main thing that we want to have here, as we can get an energy advantage with our Escavalier later on. We will see that this one will get them pretty low into the red health. As we swap out immediately into our Escav, we get the Deoxys defense out again, and this allows us now to have one Pokemon to stack basically in the end. We still have a shield advantage, which we don't have now anymore. Like, now we're one shield down, and we will be able to go ahead and go for one drill run here to knock out the opponent's Deoxys. Let's see if they want to shield this up or not. They do want to shield it up, which allows me to go for another one here, which either gets me both shields or wins me actually, they don't even throw here for whatever reason. I will be able to catch the move here on my Dragonite, which is going to be the Power Punch only. And we see a Ratchet Steel in the back. We have a shield advantage, we have still Pokemon in the back, and I will be able to go for some superpowers here. So, very weird play by the Deoxys there, but we have like this super expensive double XL team here with the Ratchet Steel and also the Deoxys defense, which costs you in total like 100 euro to actually achieve this, if you really want for the full XL version of those. And we're going to beat this completely hard here with our free-to-play team basically, as the Dragonite was recently in a community day, the Giratina was recently in the raid, and you don't need any XL for this, and the Escavalier was in several events already before. As we see, one of the actually worst Pokemon to face for this team is an opponent's Giratina, especially if they run Dragon Breath, and I didn't notice that. But we're still going to be able to realign, which is amazing, because we're going to realign against the Reggie Steel. And you know what? Reggie Steel doesn't like superpower, and Reggie Steel gonna get hit by a superpower, at least somewhere now, as they seem to just like to farm me all the way down here, which is fine, because I will be able to go for another superpower, and I will be able to go for another superpower. So this means we're kind of fine here, and what we can do now is, we can go into our Giratina, catch the move, they're gonna go straight to Zap Cannon, this does no damage at all, and what my opponent did here at this point of time is close their app. It just basically forfeit by that way. They just force closed the app out of rage and decided to just, I guess, give me the win here, which is kind of sad, because now we can have to still knock them out here, and it's going to take a little bit, because a 1 Mega Horn, we can see how much a 1 Mega Horn does to a Cresselia. Spoiler alert, not as much as I would like it to do, but as we can see here, we're still going to go for another charge move here, because it's just faster than farming them down. But we got someone to rage quit against us, which is hilarious. So good game there. I don't know, like I literally don't know why they are not just top lefting. Like, it's so much faster for yourself. Like, are you really that mad that you just close the app and try to punish the opponent by this as well? I don't know. I don't understand this kind of reasoning behind it, but so be it. We see a Trevenant against us. We will be able to go for one charge move here. This will be able to get the shield back. Most likely not the right decision. I should have most likely went straight into my Dragonite, but I was a little bit late. I will be able to go for one Dragon Claw though, which will get this thing low, and I will be able to shield up the potential Shadow Ball here, which is going to be the Shadow Ball as well. Get a ton of energy, and I will be able to farm them all the way as we see the Warring time back in. This is fine for us. We're going to try to CMP tail on them, but they can just farm me down, maybe shield once here, but they actually don't even shield here, kinda crazy. I will be able to align my Escav now, which is still not going to be the best, but I'm actually gonna go into my Giratina, which is interesting, which I didn't really expect. I tried to catch the move, didn't work out, but I can still farm them down. We see the Drapion coming in. I mean, okay, that Drapion is definitely not something I want to have against my Giratina. I will be able to go for a drill run, get the shield from the opponent, and I can just let the move go through, as I don't have shields anyway, and I will be able to go ahead and still get to the drill run in time. This would have been a different game if my opponent ran the Awkward Tail, which they luckily didn't do, which now allows me to go for the drill run, which now allows me also to win this game. If they had the Awkward Tail, I think I would have lost this game, because I got there one turn before I would have got to my charge move. Like this, there is nothing they could do. Still, Awkward Tail would have been depending on how my Giratina would have been, but at the end of the day, it's fine. We see a Talonflame. Talonflame is fine for us, and now we can take a look at the matchup against the Ninetales. You kind of want to throw your Ancient Power early as you can, but I didn't really want to give the opponent a ton of farm, or like a ton of extra free turns. So we threw it a little bit late, but now we can throw it immediately. After the shield here, we will be able to get another shield from the opponent. And that's not all. Even though we didn't get the boost, I will still be able to go for another Ancient Power, which get both shields from the opponent in a matchup which should be completely horrible for you, which kind of showcases why you kind of want to run Ancient Power on the Giratina. And yes, I think the Ancient Power is wrongly written again on the right side. Please make fun in the comment section. It's always nice for the algorithm if you talk about it. I only saw it now after I was still doing the background. Don't going to change it for one more letter, which is actually in there. So please make fun in the comment section, please. Haha, Ancient Power with an H, which I think doesn't have the H in there usually. But yeah, we will see here the next opponent having Cresselia, which is horrible for us. Cresselia is really tough for me to beat with the backline, of course. You kind of want to get this thing out with the Giratina, but of course you don't always get them out with the Giratina, which makes it a little bit awkward. So we have to kind of forfeit there as we had the Talonflame in the lead. We kind of got hardwalled again. Like, I cannot really say anything against the team with this. It's kind of like some teams just completely going to wreck you anyway, especially Double Charm would wreck you. I haven't faced Double Charm with this team yet, which is lucky for me, but still there are always teams that are going to be able to destroy your own team, so there is nothing really you can do about most of those things. We will see the opponent here going for one Grass Knot, will knock out my Dragon Knight. I have to go for one Drill Run Summer here, but I will be able to get to 100 energy, which is going to be nice to get a shield back. But we will see what we can do here. We will see. They're gonna go for another Moonblast. They're basically out of energy. I will be able to go up to 100 energy now. Drill Run going to cost me 45 energy to knock out the Cresselia, and again some more energy to hopefully get the shield here against the Dragon Knight. They're going to go back into the Dragon Knight. I will be able to go for one Drill Run, get the shield. I will be able to go for another Drill Run, and let's see if they're going to let this move go through or not. They're going to let this move go through. I'm going to swap out into my Giratina, and now we're in an interesting spot. Ratchet is a very strong Pokemon in this meta. It's a very bulky boy. It has access to Lock On plus Stone Edge, which you're going to see does some nice damage there. And I actually think I'm going to lose the one shield scenario against it, because my damage is just not really there. While their Stone Edge damage is stab, it's just a very strong move. Is always there, which really looks like a 3-shot to me. So like they're mostly going to be able to go for another move and then knock me out with one afterwards. You saw me there maybe trying to swap out into my Escav to catch the move. Didn't work out. I will go for one more Dragon Claw. And at this point of time, I tried to catch the move. It didn't work out again. I'm gonna go down here, and this is going to be a good game, as they can just lock on me down. Never mind. Counter is enough to knock them out, and we will be able to win this game. So good game to my opponent. Going to the next one, we will see a Nidoqueen in the lead, and we're also going to see a Trevenant against us. Trevenant is of course a little bit neutral, depending if they want to go for the Shadow Ball straight away or not. They're gonna go for it straight away, which means I can overfarm a little bit and go for my Dragon Claw, which will get the shield, and I can go for another one, which maybe gets the shield again. Let's see. It does not, which knocks them out actually. So now we can align our Pokemon here against the opponent's Nidoqueen. One Poison Jab will be, Poison Fangler will be enough to knock me out, so it's not going to be anything crazy. But I can go straight back into my Escav, can overfarm a little bit, but they catch it beautifully on the Poliwrath. Poliwrath needs 6 fast moves to get to the first Dynamic Punch, or whatever they want to go. Scald is also neutral. So I'm going to try to catch this. Didn't work out, but they only really have the Ice Punch, which doesn't do a ton of damage. It's not stab, and it's a pretty weakish move. So we will be able to just go ahead and get some energy here. And we have a move stone on the Pokemon that we have in the back, which should make this all a little bit more easier, to be fair, as we will be able to just go ahead and let the move go through. Ice Punch comes through, we will farm them down, and we see the Nidoqueen coming back in, as we can take this move easily. They're gonna go for the Poison Fang anyway, and I can just farm to 2 moves and will be able to knock out the opponent just with 2 Drill Runs here. There's not a lot that they can do anymore. We win CMP against this thing all day long. Escavalier has actually pretty not the best stats, to be fair. Like, it doesn't really look that crazy, but this typing itself, of course, you know it already from Scissor or Fortress. It's a pretty decent typing, but not the craziest either, because like you have 4 times weak to fire, which is not the ideal version, but it's fine. We see an Obstagoon in the lead, and we see a Swampert as a Safe Swap, and here I want to show you something. Swampert as a Safe Swap, especially the non-Shadow version, is more tricky than I expected it would be, because you can see here we're gonna get low already. I have to go for my Dragon Claw now, because I have to hope that this knocks them out, but it doesn't, and they can go for another one. And they basically get a shield from me, even though there is nothing that they should have been able to do here. We have a Flying Dragon against a Water and Ground type, and I have no idea how the Water and Ground type still got that much damage on me. But we see the Obstagoon coming back in, which allows me to go for one Superpower, getting the shield back, and I will be able to go for another one as well, which is going to get this thing super low. as we will be able to knock them out with my Escav, but they're going to swap out them first. They're going to go into their Trevenant, and I will be able to just spam those charge moves against them. I should be able to go ahead and go for another charge move here. Dragonclaw coming through. This will be enough to get the shield from the opponent, as we will see here the Seed Bomb coming through. I predicted the Seed Bomb coming through, which is amazing for me. I can shield up the next move just to be safe, but they're gonna go actually straight for the Shadow Ball. I still have my full health Escav, which can knock them out with one drill run, and we will be able to win this final game of the video. I hope you enjoyed this team. This team is definitely very cool and no XL team that you can definitely run, and it's pretty easy to get, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!